Now, do we have any questions before we go on a break? Either about the meditations or any other question regarding health or whatever.
Am I able to influence my child when he's already set his path?
How old is your child?
4.
No, your child has not set his path. Okay, we say this in many seminars, sorry for the old people. Before we come to earth, we write a little book, our life book. Our children are in there, in our book, until somewhere between 15 and 16. Then they start coming out of our book and they go in their own book. So after that time, whatever you say to your children, you're just wasting your breath. And whatever you try to do for your children will never be done. Simply because now they're in their own book and they're learning the lessons they wanted to learn before they even came here. However, because we are in the transition period now, a lot of children, millions and millions have come to literally change the world. So those children, they're not exactly in their book, but you won't be able to influence them really. They already have a mind of their own, they know what they want. So you can't really convince them or influence them. Now, they don't change the world by becoming prime minister or president. They change the world by not doing what you tell them to do. In other words, coming out of the system. So that's why your child might be just 4 years old, but if it's one of those that has come to change the world, you can't really influence it, so don't waste time. Just accept it the way it is. Your mother might not accept it, the neighbors might not accept it. That means your child's perfect. The more people that don't accept it, the more perfect it is. That means you won't become another robot like we became. There is another thing that these children have. They don't have the need for love like we had. And because they don't have the need for love, they don't care what you think. They don't care if mommy gets angry. That's mommy's problem. Okay, so don't think that you have a cold child or a disobedient child. You have a child, they're called game changers. They've come here to change the game. Okay, so it's not glamorous, it just is. But the reason it might make your life difficult, I'm not judging you here, the reason it might make your life difficult is because you have the need to be needed. And when you have a 4-year-old that doesn't need you, you go crazy. Because it's like, well, what did I have you for if you don't need me? I need someone to need me. Okay, be happy that your child is not stupid. Okay, like we were. Okay. A lot of parents are having problems with children. Again, it's not television. It's not the video games. It's the fact that these children have come to change the world and they don't care what you think. Not change it and make it a better place, but what the world lacks is consciousness. We do things unconsciously. We do things like robotic. We never ask, how does this make me feel? Why am I doing something I don't like? These children ask these questions. They simply say, no, I don't like that. You might say, but you have to eat your vegetables. The child doesn't understand I have to because I never do something I have to. What the hell are you talking about? So if you were stupid enough to have kids lately, you're fucked.
Okay.
You can say it in German, you're fucked. You're going to pay the price. Because it's not going to be anything like you. We want our children to be little us, but it's not going to be a little you. Okay, it's going to be a rebel. And as soon as it's 15, it's probably going to leave the house. Okay, so don't plan for college. These kids will not be going to college because they're connected to the Akashic records. And whatever information they need, they will get it instantly. And they also know that whatever we learn in college, 80% is just lies. Many times a client will call me about their children. One of them had a 4-year-old. She was walking the street. She meets a woman she knows. And she says hello to the woman, and she says to the child, say hello to the lady. And the 4-year-old says, but I don't like her. It's just saying the truth. That's how our children are going to be. A lot of them are already like this. Okay, so too late now, you can't give it back. There's no refund. You've lost the deposit. I would say just let it be and see what you can learn from it. Okay. Now, not every child is already like this, but a lot of them are. Any other question? Give me 1 second, Robert. Say it in German. She's a teacher, so what is she going to do with the children?
Yes.
Okay. Oh dear. I would say, yeah, change, get another job. Become a stripper or something. And there's more money in that. Okay, don't try and do anything. Simply know that the system is not for these children. Okay, and as long as you know that, you won't get frustrated. Okay, I wouldn't say do something differently. Don't. Keep doing what you're doing, but just be aware that these children are different. Okay, some people call them the indigo children. Some people call them the crystal children. Some people call them, I think, platinum lately. Every decade they come up with a new word. These are just fancy names for saying my child is a pain in the ass, which is what it is. What it is, pain in the ass. It doesn't matter. Indigo, what else are they again? Crystal and platinum. They're normal children. We were not normal. They're normal children who know who they are and like who they are. But because we didn't know who we were and we didn't like who we were, we want them to be like this too.
What can I do if I doubt the decisions I made?
Stop it. I don't know, I'm not getting any answer. I would just say stop it and as fast as possible. Because this is not a time for doubt. It's like you're crossing, in the movies sometimes, Indiana Jones, they're always crossing one of these little bridges, and as soon as he crosses, the bridge breaks. Right now, we're on one of those bridges. There's no time to doubt. You have to go fast and get to the other side because the bridge is collapsing. Okay, what we saw with the banking system in 2008 and what we're seeing with Greece at this moment is kindergarten. We're going to see the system collapsing that will blow our mind. We just can't take it anymore. The easiest way to survive this is to just keep going, never stop, and never doubt. Simply say, okay, it's happened, let me see what I can do for today, just for today. The easiest way to get through this when it happens is one day at a time. Another reason this is happening is because we're leaving the energy of security. And because the reason we doubt so much is because we don't know if we're going to be secure if we take the next step. But this energy is dying, it's the old energy. We're going into the energy of magic. But magic has no security. And this is why the systems are collapsing. It's simply security is collapsing. It's not that the government's bad and that's why the system's collapsing. It's not that the politicians are dirty. Politicians have always been dirty. But the system worked just fine for decades. So what's collapsing really is security. If we can let go of the need for security, we'll survive. So that's what you think about when you have doubts. Why do I need security? I'm all right. I'm always going to be all right. Because really, this is no time to even ask, what can I do about my doubts? Either let them go or you're going to go with them.